This market will print millionaires. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I'm going to outline exactly how to make money in cryptocurrency. You see, so many people get so caught up on all kinds of different ways to make money in cryptocurrency, but really there's one very simple system that every single one of you, I don't care how advanced or how much of a noob you are in crypto there's one simple system that every single one of us needs to adopt. And I'm going to explain to you that exact step-by-step system in this video for how to invest and take profits in cryptocurrency in such a way that you will be almost guaranteed to make as much money as you possibly can while minimizing your risk profile. Before you click off of this video, if you watch until the end, you will have a plan for how to plant seeds in the cryptocurrency space that you will later be able to harvest for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars, depending on how much money you put in and which coins you pick. So if you want to know the best, most foolproof, tried and tested way to make money in cryptocurrency, then stay tuned. And without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. You want in on a secret? One of the most important steps to building wealth is keeping wealth. Everything I show you in this video is not going to do you very much if you get hacked and all of your money gets stolen. That is why we decided to partner officially with NordVPN and bring them on as a sponsor, because NordVPN is going to help keep you safe, secure, and private while you browse online so that you can swat away the hackers that are trying to steal your precious gains. If you're anything like me, you probably have made a lot of money in crypto lately, and you don't want some hacker that is out there knowing that you just made a lot of money, that smells blood in the water, to come for you. NordVPN is going to shroud your IP address and protect you while you browse online, and it's about the closest thing to an insurance policy that I can give you in the cryptocurrency space. It's going to keep you safe, and they're going to help prevent hackers from being able to get your bank account information, your credit card details, and your exchange information so that they log in and steal. If you sign up for NordVPN by going to nordvpn.com/Jeb or by clicking the link in the description box down below, you can get a 2-year plan for under $200 and get access to state-of-the-art VPN technology that has been keeping people safe online for nearly 20 years. You've heard of NordVPN, but maybe you're hesitating to sign up for them. Don't let some hacker come and steal your $50,000 Dogecoin position. Spend a little bit of money and sign up for NordVPN and stay safe while you browse online. Let's get started. This is going to be a relatively simple and straightforward video. You know why? Because it's a relatively simple and straightforward process. We have 2 major steps that we're going to do to build an investment in cryptocurrency that is going to bring about major returns. Step number 1 goes like this. It is a formula. I will invest blank, every blank, in blank, on blank. What do I mean by that? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to literally grab a 3x5 card or a piece of paper or something or a notepad and write out step number 1. I will invest blank, every blank, in blank, on blank. We're going to fill in the blanks here in just a second. This is step number 1, and if you click off the video after we do this step, you will still be in so much of a better position than you were before you started. That first blank is the amount of money that you are going to invest in the cryptocurrency space. After you have done your budget and you figured out your personal finances and you know how much money you can afford to invest, maybe it's $100, maybe it's $1,000, maybe it is $5,000, maybe it's $10, but you've got to figure out how much money you're going to invest every what? This is our second blank. Every week, every other week, every month, every third month, every day. Our second blank is the frequency. So I will, or if you're married, we will invest $200, that's the first blank, every week. We will invest $500 every month. We will invest $5 every day, whatever it may be. I recommend that you start out with an amount of money that you can afford to lose, investing it every single week. And specifically, we're not just going to say every week. We're actually going to say every Friday at 10 a.m. We're going to say every Tuesday at 4 p.m. We're going to get really, really, really specific about this. If you want groceries in your fridge, you know what you do? You go to the grocery store every week on the same day at the same time, and you know what happens? You have food in your fridge every single day. If you want 6-pack abs and gigantic traps, then you go to the gym every weekday at 5 p.m. And if you want cryptocurrency in your investment portfolio, then you invest $200, $100, $5, $10,000, $1 billion on a fixed schedule. Every Friday at 10 a.m. is a great time to do it. It's the lowest price days in the entire market. The third blank is in. That blank is actually going to be filled in by step 2, and that is our altcoin portfolio in these cryptocurrencies. We're going to define what those are in step 2, so we'll come back to that. And then the on blank that you just wrote is on the exchange. I'm going to invest, and here's the full sentence, we will invest $100 every Friday at 10 a.m. in the altcoin portfolio that we're about to define on Coinbase, KuCoin, Blowfin. Links down below for Blowfin. They're awesome. Your 3x5 card might look something like this. I will invest $100 every Friday at 10 a.m. in, we'll fill in that blank on step 2, on Coinbase, or whatever exchange it may be. not kidding. Where's your pen? I see you. I see you through this camera, through space and time. I know one of you is not writing. I am serious. Get out a pen and paper and write a note. You know, there's something I'm working on called the 6 laws of money. One of the laws of money is you will not succeed unless you have a written plan. So I am dead serious. Get out a pen, get out some paper. If you want to use a notepad, I would recommend pen and paper, but if you want to use a notepad on your phone, then do it. Write this down. I'm not joking. Please do what I'm saying here. You will be successful. You'll be more likely to be successful if you do this. All right, step number 2. After this, I've got another little thing to add in, but you've actually got a plan. Let's do it. Step number 2 is we define the portfolio allocation. That's the name of the step. We split our investments up into 3 categories in the cryptocurrency space: big cap, medium cap, small cap. Let me quickly define all 3 of those. The big caps are Bitcoin and Ethereum. The reason that they are their own categories is because they are the only 2 cryptocurrencies worth over $100 billion. They are the only 2 cryptocurrencies that either do have or very soon will have ETFs. And they are the only 2 cryptocurrencies that are widely considered by basically everybody to be commodities. They're in a category of their own. They move on their own. And they are the only 2 cryptocurrencies in this market that I would akin to something like a blue chip in the stock market. Using the stock market analogy, your medium caps are basically the growth stocks. They are the ones that are not yet at their full potential, and they've got a lot more growth to do, but they're probably going to do very well because they're so well established. Examples of this are Solana, Cardano, Cosmos, Uniswap, Dogecoin, and SHIB are medium caps, XRP, and pretty much everything below Ethereum down to about rank number 50. Then we have the small caps. That's everything outside of rank number 50 to 100. They're normally going to be cryptocurrencies that you would liken to penny stocks. They're cryptocurrencies that could be looking for even more than a 10x over the course of the coming bull market. They're cryptocurrencies, again, that are probably outside of the top 50 to the top 100, and they were probably not here during the last bull market. Default, here is how I want you to allocate your investment every single week that we just defined in step 1 into these altcoins. But there's a few things I must mention first. First and foremost, part of being financially sovereign is making decisions for yourself. Please do not allow me to make decisions for you. I want you to take everything I'm giving you back to thought and prayer, and I want you to think about it before you do it because you need to be self-sovereign over your own investments. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am giving you a step-by-step process that if you follow, you will likely be extremely successful. The second thing I need to mention here is that you have to make sure that you understand the altcoins that you're investing in. If you buy an altcoin, you are now a fractional owner of that network, which means by right, you have some sort of obligation to properly steward that coin. You are now an owner of that coin. You are a fractional owner of that network, which means if you're planning on buying a cryptocurrency, you need to understand it. You need to accrue knowledge in it because we know knowledge leads to understanding. Understanding leads to wisdom, and the fruits of wisdom are all good things. With those 2 caveats out of the way, let's talk about the ratios because we're going to do everything by ratios. We start off with 30% of however much money you're going to put in every week or month, whatever the number is. 30% goes into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Divide that however you want. Start out at 20% into Bitcoin, 10% into ETH, but you can move around the percentages. Then put 40% of the weekly allocation into the medium caps, into those quote-unquote growth stocks, growth cryptocurrencies. Again, only putting altcoins in this section that you understand, that you've done research on, that you've looked at the charts on, you've looked into the team, you kind of know the purpose behind them, you know where they've been, where they're likely to go, you know if something bad happens to them. If Solana's in this bucket, then you knew the day that it went out because you're keeping track of these things. Then we're going to put the final 30% into the small cap. These are, again, like the penny stocks. These are cryptocurrencies that could go boom or bust. They could 10x or they could go to 0. And thus, we only have about 30% of our investment in there because we're talking about 3 to 8x in the big cap and medium caps. We're going to put 70% there because if we do 3 to 8x every few years, we are going to be worth millions of dollars if we run that forward several years, if we run that forward a few decades. We want to build sustainable practices that if we did for 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we would be very, very successful. Even if you are looking at retirement in 10 years, what could you do that in 10 years is going to be successful for the duration of the 10 years? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a get-rich-wisely scheme. Capiche? Cool. After you've set the broad allocation, 30, 40, 30 is how you ought to start. You can adjust that based on your risk tolerance. After you have set those allocations, then you will set the sub-allocations into the specific coins that fall into those buckets. In Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, you might put 20% into Bitcoin, 10% into Ethereum. In the medium caps, if you've got 10 medium caps and there's 40% going there, then you might just put a blanket 4% into each one of them. Same thing with the small caps. Remember, only putting altcoins in any of those buckets that you actually understand and you're keeping up with, at least to some degree. By the way, the degree to which you keep up with these altcoins ought to match the degree to which they make up your portfolio. If you have an altcoin that makes up 1% of your portfolio, then maybe you don't spend much time paying attention to it. If you've got an altcoin that makes up 23% of your portfolio, then you ought to be spending a lot of time paying attention to it because you have a greater risk since you have a greater position in that coin. Last but not least, there is one more step, and this is step 3. We're going to set aside 25% of whatever we define that we're going to invest weekly into a cash account. This can go into USDC, generating 5.1%. This can go into Tether, generating 4%. This can go into a savings account account, a high yield savings account generating 4.97%. We're going to put this into our crypto equivalent of a money market account, and it's going to generate interest, and it is going to be sitting on the sidelines in case a market crash occurs. Most of the billionaires that are billionaires right now, most of the people that are very successful in real estate and stocks are successful because they had low debt load and a pile of cash when 2008 hit. They didn't have to go and borrow $100 million to buy $100 million of property. They had $100 million, so they bought $100 million of property that was actually worth $500 million, and then when it doubled from the pre-2008 highs, they made 10x. And that's what you're going to be able to do if you have cash on the side. So set aside a quarter of whatever you budgeted to invest in crypto every single week into a cash account, whether that be in US dollars, whether that be in a savings account, whether that be in USDC, put it in either a stable coin or into pure cash in a bank account so that you have money to invest. Should a major market crash occur, then you can double the dollar cost averaging that you put into the market every single week, draining that savings account. You do this to lower the average cost basis as much as you can on the investment side so that you can get the largest return possible when you sell. Final component I want to mention here is that when you start getting towards all-time highs, then you flip the switch. For a little while, you may stop investing altogether and invest purely into cash, or stop investing at all and put everything into your retirement or something. And then from there, once you start getting above all-time high, you start slowly flipping the script. Instead of once a week you buy, once a week you sell, and you start dollar cost averaging out, and now you have a lump sum of cash. You can use that cash to pay off your mortgage. You can use that lump sum of cash to throw into a retirement account so you can retire earlier. You can put that cash into treasuries or cash so that you can buy when you have a major bear market come here in a couple of years. Whatever you do with the cash, that cash is your profit. Make sure you set aside probably about 30% of it for taxes, because you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to have to pay taxes on that. Enjoy the other 70% and prosper. That's how you invest and be successful in crypto, guys. It's not very complicated, but nobody's ever told you that, because everybody's trying to tell you, oh, you just need this many Bitcoin, you just need this many Solana. That's great. Like, I love that. But this is the actual step-by-step process. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, because we've got a lot more coming. If you've not already, make sure to sign up for NordVPN by going to nordvpn.com/Jeb, or by using the link in the description box down below, and protect the wealth that you're about to build with this plan for the duration of the bull market. I hope you did enjoy today's video, but before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.